So, before I took this public speaking class, I wasn't very well versed in the whole speaking in front of people thing, and it's been interesting doing it through videos, because there's no one in front of me, which takes a little bit of the pressure off. And how I think I've developed is that over the course of time, I've found out how to talk without pausing so much and saying and all those. But what I mostly developed was preparing speeches. Giving the speech wasn't so hard, but making them, the outlines, everything there was a lot more to it than I thought. Now, an example was the first outline I did, and I had no idea what I was doing at all. I didn't know how to use the Microsoft Word to get the indents right, and it was a huge hassle and turned out horrible. But the outlines that I did after that, I finally got it done, and they became a tool that I actually used and was organizing my speeches with, and it was effective. So obviously it works. Now, the understanding about how my understanding has changed about public speaking is that it's not a big deal. You don't have to make it such a big deal. And if you do make it that big of a deal, then you're not going to have a very good speech, because what people want is, you just want people to listen, and people listen to speakers who are down to earth and connect on their level. All the readings that I've done and the speeches have all been for the listeners, and they have to appeal to the listeners. So you don't necessarily change the topic, but just change how you give it to them. You don't want to be put on a pedestal because you're the speaker. You're down there with the audience, and you know how to keep them interested. That was most apparent, I think, in the persuasive speech. That one was the one that I connected most with the readers, and that was the marijuana use one. Let's see. My efforts into this class. I gave it a lot of effort, I would say, with the hours struggling on the computer trying to get the outlines done, and the outlines are definitely the hardest part, and the responses. But as for giving the speech, I felt like I adapted pretty well, and I didn't really have a problem. It wasn't a hassle. There was some problems with uploading to YouTube, but I figured all that out. The speeches, they've been pretty productive over the past quarter, as in we've had 3 or 4 speeches, I believe, and every one of them I could put everything into, because I had time to prepare. So I had time to get a speech ready and then refine it and maybe change it a little bit, and there was improvisation in the speech, because obviously that's how you do it. You just go off topics instead of a written down speech. As for my goals in public speaking, there's definitely some I didn't meet, like with the outlines, and I still get a little bit shy, but those really aren't huge deals. What I did accomplish was that I discovered eye contact. Eye contact was a huge thing that I think if I didn't have, my speeches would have been worse, a lot worse. And I discovered how to connect with the speakers. Like I said, it's to get on their level and keep them interested with just simple techniques. As a whole, I would probably give myself a B plus, definitely a B plus, because I think I could have prepared more for my speeches instead of just kind of giving them. There could have been a lot more evaluating and watching them again and so on. So I could have done that. I think the narrative speech was probably my weakest one, that I wasn't too proud of. but I'm pretty solid with my other speeches. I like how they turned out. And I like the confidence I got from this class, and what I've learned was awesome. The book wasn't boring, and because it applied to everything that it applied to life, basically. You could use this in normal talking and conversation. And that's basically it. I would give myself a B+. Alright, thank you.